Really quick, I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if anyone saw this today. I know a lot of people probably did. This absolutely blew up on the internet. Before we get into it, we're gonna have a little what's the term for this? I don't know terminology. I didn't go to college all the way, okay? A tutorial, yes, thank you, Gene. A tutorial of what not to do. If you want to be a streamer, that comes with a lot of things, right? It comes with a lot of anxiety because you're on stream, you're in front of people. If you're enjoying what you're doing, you're gonna build a community. No matter how big or small, you'll build a community. If you enjoy streaming, if you enjoy playing games and sharing things with other people, right? And you're building up a little bit of a community, what have you. Now, who knows what trauma dumping is? I know. Just hang in there with me. Just hang in there with me. Trauma dumping can be very, not, it can be very awkward and stressful. But you should know what trauma dumping is, right? It's when someone just starts completely unloading like really personal information to the streamer online, right? To the point where it's like, we should probably talk about this in DMs, right? Now, here's the thing. Even with people trauma dumping, right? If you have a good community, like my community, where we actually had someone come in who was having a really hard time, and I don't think they meant to trauma dump, but they were having a really hard time. You know what Gene and Neo did? I think it was before Cat was a mod too, though, so that's why I'm only saying Gene and Neo. Gene and Neo both said, "Hey, DM me if you need to talk. Like, hey, I got you. Like, come talk to us." I just saw this today, and it just set me off. Okay, like this just straight up set me off. And I know some people probably don't care, and they're probably like, "Oh, Twitch drama, blah blah, whatever." This actually really just pissed me off today. It pissed me off today because not only do I recognize his behavior, it's sad that I recognize his behavior in a lot of other communities, right? I know people who stream that act just like this, and it's called toxic positivity. They preach positivity, yet they themselves are not positive at all. They don't care. They don't care at all. So I'm just gonna pop it over here real quick. We're gonna have a little look-see, okay? Imagine you're someone in my community, right? Imagine you're someone in my community. Maybe you haven't been in stream for a couple of months, right? And I would have noticed you pop back into stream. I recognize your username, and I go, hey, where the fuck have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. Like, it's been a minute. How have you been? And you hit me with, well, yeah, it has been a while. My mom died. That's not trauma dumping. You just straight up told me what's happened and probably why you've been gone for a couple of months. My immediate reaction would be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, if you need anything, like, yo, hit me up in the DMs. And I hope that you can enjoy coming back to this community and having fun hanging out in our stream. That's how a normal person would react. A normal person with empathy would react that way, right? So, let's check this out, shall we?
What we're not gonna do, we're not gonna talk about it in my chat, because it's Friday, and that is a whole big bucket of bummer. And I'm sorry for your loss.
I don't even want to ride screaming
not doing that
because he's a twat. Then he proceeds to instruct her on how to act in a chat.
I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you? You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Kirby. When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses. Good, and you know what? I'll make it through. That's it.
Didn't ask.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good, or you know what?
Didn't
I'll
ask.
make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. Yeah, I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive. Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Kirby, I'm just subtly trying to tell you that unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
Let me tell you, let me translate that for you. Translation. I don't really give a fuck what you're going through. I don't really give a fuck what your problems are. I don't really give a fuck how you're feeling even. I just want a cookie cutter robotic NPC response from you. If you're one of my chatters, I don't really want to know how you're feeling. I want you to give me, I'm fine. Such goes life. Blah, blah, blah. That's the translation there. He doesn't give a fuck about his community. He doesn't give a fuck.
That's it. I figured this is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband left me for a younger woman, my house burnt down, and my car got stolen. So I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God. Like,
Look at his face. See, people just say, how are you? As a courtesy. That's why I don't ask unless I care. Exactly. Yeah, a million ways that could have been handled so much better. So much better. That mod was... In the mod, yeah, his mod was siding with him too. Jay said, I one time thanked a streamer for helping me get through a hard time, and without giving any detailed personal stuff, I got shit on. See, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, Krim, but if you were ever doing this shit to one of your members of the chat, we would have a talk. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that you guys would be like, that's fucked up. And I would hope that you guys would be like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? And you know, I know a lot of people probably don't want to, you know, I know this is people call it drama or whatever, but I think this is very important. This isn't just like Twitch beef or random Twitch drama. There are so many streamers that act like this. There are so many streamers that I know that preach positivity, and they're not that way at all behind the scenes. I know a lot of people behind the scenes that are pieces of shit, right? Like, they don't really care. They put on this facade, right? And then when they finally hit that breaking point and their facade kind of cracks, they turn into that. That to me means that you are trying to create something that gives you a paycheck versus building a meaningful community of caring people that, you know, I'm not saying, like, obviously streamers aren't going to be therapists to people. I get that. I totally understand. People should, you know, seek out help when they need it and talk to people when needed in DMs, you know, and things like that. I get that. But for just a simple, like, yo, man, my mom died. Dude, I'd be like right there. I'd be like, yo, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that you can find some good positive vibes in this chat, and you can hang out here and just kind of get away from it for a little bit. And if you need to talk, my DMs are open. For something like that should be a DM open thing, right? You got a member in your community that's coming back that hasn't been there for months, and you recognize that, and they say something like that, you should be absolutely willing to give them some empathy if you care. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I wasn't trying to bring the mood down or anything. It's just that really just hit me. That just hit a core in me, right? That just something about that today just hit me wrong. And I was like, I gotta talk about it. I normally don't ever talk about that kind of stuff. But you know, it doesn't take a lot to be a good fucking human being.
Yeah, 25 from Zach. Hey, Tim, my dad passed away 2 weeks ago. I'm having a pretty hard time. Thank you for helping me keep my mind off it. I was wondering what kind of helped you with your loss. Zach, for one, sorry for your loss, man. Losing a parent, losing someone you love, you know, a pet, it's never easy, right? It sucks. And, yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. Oh, hey, Lo. Good morning, man. Good morning. Give me 1 sec, Lo. Sorry, bro. Here's what I'll tell you, Zach, to answer your question. For one, sorry again about your father passing. And to answer your question, what helped me through my loss? Time really helped. Here's the reality, bro. I lost my mom when I was young. A lot of you probably know that. I was 15. And to be honest with you, I got back into my routine pretty quick. I did. And, but the reality is I know that no matter what I say, you know, it just sucks right now, and it's going to suck. And, all I can say is I hope the best for you. Here I am later, 32. And there's still days where I'll just randomly miss my parent. You know what I mean? I'll randomly miss my mom. So at the end of the day, man, all I can say is time really helps a lot. And eventually it'll help. That's all I can really say. But do you ever really quite get over it? I'm not even too sure, to be honest with you. I think you just learn to live with it a little better. That's all. So
Just because her mom died, you treat her like shit? No! I treated her like shit because I don't like her.
This world's fucked up. This world's fucked up. You know? We come on here to have a good time. We come on here to get away from things. But guess what? Those things hang with us. And I understand not wanting to have paragraphs written in your chat. That's what DMs are for. I get that. That's not what this case was here. This person was just expressing what had happened in the past couple of months. But yeah, it's an important topic. In short, be decent to people, not that fucking hard. Exactly, Minnie. Just like that. Shift, how dare you drama dump on us. Listen! I felt a certain way about this. It hit me a certain way because I've met really good people through other communities who maybe have not found or filtered to another community because Turbo Jabroni fucked it all up.